can hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So few things
Yes.
everyone knows, like diet, I have already explained. Breathing technique, which is very important, make sure you cover 100% of your lung, which is not possible in one go. So you have to these four-way breathing. And once you are perfect to that, then you can do this thing. And I explained that if you need specifics of those, you can just contact me. That's one thing. Diet, I have already explained to everybody. Everyone knows that. The yoga, I have already suggested. When you exhale, no, you bend, when you squeeze your tummy, you have to exhale. When you expand your tummy, you have to inhale. Always remember this simple rule. So whenever you whenever you go down, you squeeze your tummy, you have to exhale. And whenever you expand like this, when your tummy expands, then you inhale. So always remember this rule. If you feel that it's neither the tummy neither squeezes nor expands, in that case you can take a liberty of normal breathing. That's one thing. There are many other things I have covered, small things for heat and cold in the system, which is one of the problem. Some exercises and some breathing technique I suggested for people who have little problem related to common cold and other things. So you can, that's how you regulate. I have also suggested, if your hands or your skin is dry, what you should do, and if your skin or palms or hands are wet, what you should do. One of the diet I suggested is a generic diet which you should include amla in your system, or Indian gooseberry they call here. So make sure you have that in the system, and it has all the 6 tastes. So that's why it's ideal fruit or vegetable, whatever you call, for your diet. You should also purify your blood by using raw turmeric. So if it is powder form, then you should take 2 to 3 pinch. If it is if it is solid form, then you can take, you know, probably if you make 6 or 8 pieces in one term, you can take 3 or 4, or you can take half, you can take full, it doesn't harm you. The other thing I suggested, make sure you chew your diet, your food, so that there are 2 things. First of all, you will have more alkaline in your system. When you take Dizene, or there is one more medication here, I forgot, for soothing your tummy, basically what they do, they create alkaline system inside you. That's why you get some soothing relief from the acidity. The nature has already given you, if you mix saliva good with the food, you already have alkalinity in your system. You don't need to have Dizene or those kind of things. So that's one way. Even your drink, you should chew few times. You can rotate around your mouth and then gulp it. That's one of the way. So these are the basic precautions for generic health you should take. Make sure if your body has a lot of heat or acidity in the system, then you can take citrus and all those things. Make sure take a biscuit or something with that, so that initially your body doesn't go to acidic. Ultimately it gets into alkaline mode, but there is some time relapse. So to to reduce that time relapse so that you don't have uncomfort until the acid or citrus translates into alkaline. You take little bit something, either celery or a biscuit or whatever you like it. You just take with the citrus. You have to take vitamin C in your diet every day, because your system does not make it. And vitamin C, the best source is either citrus or alkaline, depending on your elemento. So citrus, if you take, you can take lemon, you can take oranges, or all the citrus. There are many kind of citrus you can take. Alkaline, you can take papaya, you can take tofu, you can take some paneer and all those things. Also, I suggested spinach. Whenever you make spinach saag, so make it in an iron pot. So that enhances iron deficiency or iron intake inside you. I also suggested a correlation between iron, oxygen, and vitamin C. So vitamin C absorbs iron, iron absorbs oxygen. So whenever you have iron deficiency, vitamin C addresses that problem. Of course, you need some iron, but vitamin C is key for that. So that's why many people ignorant and they keep taking iron supplements in their system, and the problem never goes away because every day they have to supplement the iron pills. Same thing you can do with vitamin C with natural source, and you are good to go. So these are few key steps. One of the major key step as far as diagnosis is concerned, the first thing you check in your system is your solar plexus. So whether your solar plexus is in order or not. Everyone knows that. If people forgot that, then I can repeat it. So I believe everyone is comfortable with that. Very easy. Align both palms. See the top line of your little finger and make sure all other lines are aligned. Someone is doing vegetable or something while doing yoga.
भावना जी हैं, साग बना रही हैं.
That's good. That's okay. So make sure your solar plexus is aligned. It seems very small thing or minor thing, but solar plexus is a huge component of your health. Always remember. In the modern medical science, there is no knowledge of solar plexus actually. Recently, in some of the medical journals, I noticed there is some references, especially those who have Indian origin, they have started making a reference to that, but it's still very vague. Why it is vague? Because modern medical science see the physical part, the material part, the physical body system, and solar plexus is not a gland or system. It's a place inside your body. So that's why it's very hard for them. So make sure your solar plexus is in order. If it is not in order, it will make your life hell. You have a lot of acidity, you have bowel movement problem. All the discharges could be for women, could be a problem. Your menopause could be a problem. For men, your sperm counts, it affects your sperm counts and all those. It affects your sexual behavior and all those things. So make sure your solar plexus is in order. Very easy system how to make it in order. Every morning when you wake up, the thickest part of your palm you put inside here, and then try to touching your side bone, your collarbone here. 3 times you do this, 3 times you do this, it becomes one cycle. and you have to do simply 3 cycles. If solar plexus is historical and is existing or living with you for long, then it could be little complex, because the moment you adjust it or you make it in order, after a certain time it again goes back to your old position. Actually, what is solar plexus? Solar plexus means all your endocrine glands inside your system, where they're supposed to be there, they are not there. So they moved from their position. They move a little bit, but I give you an example. If you have a balloon and balloon is perfectly inflated, you get maximum air inside that balloon. But if you tilt, if you poke the balloon or tilt the balloon, you won't get, or you make it little angular or something, you won't get maximum strengthening, what you call maximum stretch to that volume. That's what happens from the solar perspective, solar plexus perspective, to your organs inside. And in that case, they do not perform to the optimal level. They still perform, especially when you are young, you get through that. But once it becomes a historical or becomes a nature of your body, it starts giving trouble to you. And I had seen a lot of people in Ottawa, and many people came from other places of Canada and US, and they went for surgery for this small thing. At the end of the day, if it is historic, it may displace your sciatica nerve. Sciatica nerve going from toe to your back head. So it may displace that, and then you have sciatic problem and all the bone related problem. After that, even if it is not fixed, it starts affecting your spine. So vertebral column. Once the vertebral column is affected, it's very, because then it affects all your endocrine glands. They connected to spine through sciatica nerve and all that. So it's a big sequence, a small problem, but it keeps getting worse. Very easy to fix. Even if it is in order, you have to do it every day in order to have a healthy lifestyle. So, and it's not that once it is disturbed or you don't have that, you won't get it. Many times it depends on your posture and it being displaced. There is also a sign besides sciatica and all those, it affects your posture. If your sciatica nerve is imbalanced, not sciatica, solar plexus, then it's very difficult for you to stand in one posture for longer time. So either you tilt on this side or forward or backward or angular or something. And after a certain time, if this keeps continuing, you need a support. So before being aged, it kicks in. So make sure this is very important organ, and this is very easy to fix. Now let's come to diabetes. Diabetes, as I suggested, type 1, type 2, and everyone knows type 1, type 2. Type 2, there are a few things I suggested. Inheritance and all those things are already there. 2 acupressure points I suggested for that. One is 1/4 inch here. One is around 1/2 to 1/4 inch here. If both are hurting, then sugar level in your system is very high. And when I test it, then I know the scales from 1 to 10. So the moment I press it, I understand your pain level. Also, when you touch it, it's very soft, the acupressure point. That's also one of the signs that it is not healthy. So the moment I touch it, you will cry with pain. And if that's the case, then it means sugar level is very high. If you don't have sugar problem and it still hurts, especially this gland, then it is an indication that something is developing inside you. And the best way to fix that is go see your doctor. Don't mention your acupressure or anything. Just go for your comprehensive or complete health checkup and you will figure out something. I'm gonna suggest you one more thing today. Your thyroid point is also directly connected to your health. So there are two important organs, solar plexus and now thyroid. So thyroid is normally considered in yoga acupressure is the beginning of the problem. And it's very easy to fix for good, especially if it is being treated at the early stages. Not treated means not medication. Also, these acupressure points, they are called switches. And how they affect you: when you press a particular switch, it sends a bioelectric current to the associated organ, and the awakening starts happening to that associated organ. Means it starts shedding off toxins from that organ. It's a kind of dirt, you can think. So once the dirt is gone, the organ becomes healthy, awakened, and blissful. As I suggested, there are 3 stages of your health. First, you are healthy. If you are healthy, in yoga term, basically you are 50% healthy. So healthy means 50% healthy from yoga perspective. If you are awakened, then you are around 80% healthy, 78% exactly. If you are blissful, then you are perfectly healthy. So these are the 3 stages. Now you think where we people stand. We are not healthy still. So we have all the problems. So we have to cross these 3-4 stages. Also, there is one thing I suggested. You have a lot of problems. Everyone has a lot of problems. Talk to anybody, they have plenty of problems. No matter how happy, healthy, rich, or whatever, or job or whatever they are, they all have problems. Having a problem means आप जीवंत हैं. You are living, you are associated, you are very much involved in this material world. So having a problem is not a bad thing. Addressing the problem or how you take those problems is more important. Is the problem is your master or you are the master? Who is the master here? Who is handling? You are handling problem or your problem is handling you? That is more important. I am looking at the news and all those. So people have depression and all those things and they started taking drug. So to address one problem, they are using a bigger problem. So it means they are not addressing the problem. Their problem is addressing them. So that is very important. Who is the master? And always, every morning, you always remember you are the master of your own. You are the boss here. So you should try to resolve the issues, not the issues resolves you. So always remember. Also, as I suggested, every night when you go to bed, you should always go in light mode. Never discuss too many problems. I see many people, they take their problems to their bed. Watch something which is very light-hearted. Watch some comedy show or something which makes moments light. You don't need these outside support if you are blissful inside. But these outside environment do help people. They are kind of deities. That's why there are 33 crore deities, because everyone sync differently with everything. So you do need outside support. And outside support could be a program, outside support could be a mantra, outside support could be your east, outside support could be anything, maybe your partner, outside support maybe anything, until unless you are blissful, as I said. And people are not blissful or awakened, that's practical. We are human beings. So we are human weakness. It's not because you are weak, it's because we live in this surrounding where everyone is not awakened. So maybe you are awakened, but the other people are not awakened. So you deal with their problem. So make sure you go with light-headed. See something light or something, or think something positive. Many times it's very easy to say think something positive, though it's very difficult. So how you take things in this world, that is also important. Besides this, for diabetes, there is one more point for acupressure, which is called thyroid, which is also called mother switch. And it has the maximum point on your hand, this point. This is called parathyroid. This is also a diagnosis for your general health. So 2 points I suggested. This point, it is something life-threatening or too much blood sugar. And this one is your general health or thyroid. If you have thyroid, this will hurt. You try it, it will hurt. How you do acupressure? So if I have to show you, your thumb does the acupressure, basically. That's the point. So other finger goes behind. I'm showing you, that's why I'm doing this. I will show you exactly how you should do. So like this. This point is below the bone, goes underneath, inside. These acupressure points are under the muscles, below the muscles. So you have to work around to reach to that level. If I have to do myself, I do this way. So the point is towards me and I do this way. So this is the point. And I understand it's difficult. Again, there is a scale of 1 to 10. It's very difficult for you to do, but it doesn't harm you. Make sure never overdo. Never break the switch. If this hurts at the scale of 6 or more, then your endocrine gland is not healthy. At least 30 to 40% less healthy. At least 30 to 40%. It could be more though. And if you have thyroid, of course it will hurt. It will hurt a lot. Most of the people it will hurt. Some people I notice when the elemento is very different, it contradicts with your system, only then it doesn't hurt. Also, I suggest you a very simple, very generic symptom. If you have iron deficiency, this may hurt. Also, if you have iron deficiency and you try to take amla, you feel like bloating. That is also most of the time, not 100% match, but most of the time it is a symptom of iron deficiency. And of course, if there is iron deficiency, then your oxygenation is very slow. उससे होता क्या है कि your प्राण शक्ति कम हो जाती है. So prana inside your system is very weak, and when your prana is weak, oxygenation is weak, it directly affects your immune system. So then your immune is weak, and if your immune is weak, the first symptom comes to you, fever or common cold. The other symptom is allergy and asthma. These are basic symptoms. Then it goes to thyroid. Then it goes to skin problems. Now these are all outside problems. And if you don't address that, then it will start going to your blood circulation problem, next level. If it goes to the blood circulation level, then it starts affecting your heart. If it is still not addresses, it keeps getting complex. Also, I suggested you have to service your system at least once in 2 weeks. How do you service your system? How do you recharge the battery inside you? It's very simple. Either you go on fruit diet one day, or liquid diet one day, or water diet one day, something like that. Or if you cannot do any of these, then skip one meal. If you are taking 2 meals, if you are just taking 1 meal and you are skipping, that's okay. So if you are taking 2 meals, skip 1 meal. But when you skip 1 meal, do not precurse it by taking a lot before that and a lot after that. So many people, when they try to skip 1 meal in the evening, every day they eat 2 or 1 chapati, and that day they will eat 3 chapati because they have to fast. And next day again, when they break the fast, they will have pakora, paratha and all those things because they had fasted last time. So make sure you do not compensate. You go with your normal diet. Once a while or once a week, taking rich diet is not a bad issue. Make sure how you compensate if you take a lot, by water. So if that day you think you ate not your normal healthy diet, you ate something different, you ate a lot of rasgulla or gulab jamun or paratha, something, you double your water intake that day. You double your hot water intake that day. So if you do that, it compensates for that. So that's fine. Once taking it's a good diet, everyone likes to eating a little more, and that's normal. So that's one thing. So this one, how you do all these acupressure, you do 40 to 50 times in one go. 40 to 50 times. How you do? You press, release, press, release, press, release. You press the point and release, press, release, press, release. That's how you do 30 to 40 times. Now, when you do acupressure, what it does, it sheds off, it kicks out toxins from that endocrine gland. Say if you are doing a pancreas acupressure, it kicks out toxins from pancreas. It cleans pancreas and send those toxins to, deposit those toxins to kidney. So after every acupressure session, at the end, you have to press the middle part of your palm, this acupressure, so that you kick out the toxins from kidney to your urine and stool system, both hands. Now, I know it's difficult. You don't know what is optimum level of acupressure. That's why many people pre-COVID times used to come to me for acupressure and all those, and I have no problem if I have time that day to help people out. Once you did that, you also have to do some postures and all those things. So one postures I always recommend for diabetes people, which is called frog pose or Mandukasana. So everyone knows Vajrasana. Many people knows Vajrasana. So I will show you what is Vajrasana. Let me take out this. Or should we do it next class? Already 10:40 is there. I also have to open floor for people.
That's right.
So I'm giving you two things. You do your research, and then we will cover that in the next session. So Mandukasana you have to do. So you sit down in Vajrasana. These two comes under below your belly button. And while I'm sitting on the chair, I can show you. So you do like this, and then you. So, but this you have to do while sitting in Vajrasana. Your legs behind, and you are sitting in Vajrasana or diamond pose. I open the floor for questions.